Today on OC News, here we go again. Another member of President Trump's cabinet resigns after a bombshell accusation against him.
Plus, a possible rape case on campus has many Titans feeling on edge.
And later, why is the Super Bowl still a hot trending topic? And who are the top 3 Olympians to watch out for? All that and more now. Welcome to a new edition of OC News. I'm Shannon McKercher.
And I'm Alyssa Ruiz. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Another official is leaving President Trump's cabinet. White House Staff Secretary Rob Porter resigned today following allegations of abuse from 2 of his ex-wives. Responding to these claims, Porter says, these outrageous allegations are simply false. I have been transparent and truthful about these vile claims, but will not further engage publicly with a coordinated smear campaign, end quote. His last day at the White House has not been set.
Cal State Fullerton is currently investigating a rape allegation on campus. Zach Slopemaker is live on the scene of where the alleged incident took place. Zach?
On January 6th, University Police Department received news of a possible rape incident right here at the Cal State Fullerton dorms. Now, one thing that students and parents are thinking about, other than for their safety, is how did he get inside of the dorms? Now, if you come over here and look at me, I have a Titan card. If I swipe my Titan card in the security system, it still won't let me in because I'm not a resident of the dorm. Now, we asked UPD for their opinion about the subject, and unfortunately, they weren't able to get back to us. We asked housing about the incident, and they declined to comment. Now, unfortunately, the case is still developing, guys, so I will keep you updated. That's all I have for you guys right now. Flimiker, OC News.
School police say that a rape may have occurred on campus back in October. The alleged incident occurred around 3:45 a.m. at Elm Hall, which is part of the school dorms. This is one of the 7 live-in halls for students. The suspect was reported to be around 30 years old, 6 feet tall, muscular build, and approximately 250 pounds. He may have a V-shaped tattoo on the right side of his neck. At this time, University Police believes that the student was not a member of the CSUF community. If you have any information regarding the incident, please call the University Police Department at 657-278-2515.
House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi broke the record for longest marathon speech on Wednesday while protesting a budget deal for DACA that was proposed by Senate leaders. Pelosi spent more than 7 hours on the House speaking on behalf of DACA recipients and shared their stories. Fighting for undocumented immigrants affected Pelosi stated, quote, "The young people are our future and these dreamers are part of that. They've been enriched by the greatness of our country," end quote. House Democrats continue to push for House Speaker Paul Ryan to consider their DACA bills.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency is under attack. After failing to deliver the anticipated amount of meals to Puerto Rico following the devastating state the country was left in after Hurricane Maria, FEMA was awarded Atlanta entrepreneur Tiffany Brown $156 million to send 30 million meals to Puerto Rico in a contract that was signed on October 3rd, but only 50,000 meals were delivered. According to documents provided by Brown, FEMA terminated the agreement 20 days after signing the contract. In a letter by U.S. Representatives Elijah Cummings and Stacey Plaskett, they mentioned Brown's unsuccessful business past, calling her a, quote, one-person company with a history of struggling with much smaller contracts, end quote. As of now, FEMA has no plans to send any new shipments of food or supplies to Puerto Rico.
Tensions are rising between North Korea and the U.S. as North Korea is increasing its nuclear power. Also, Syrian rebels shot down a Russian warplane on Saturday. For the latest on World News, we go to Miri Sedona.
While Pyongyang Olympics brings unity among the world, tensions rise among certain countries. Let's take a look.
The U.S. warned North Korea may be only a month away from being able to strike the U.S. mainland with nuclear missiles on Tuesday at the United Nations-sponsored conference. U.S. Disarmament Ambassador Robert Wood says Quote, Russia, China, and North Korea are growing their stockpiles, increasing the prominence of nuclear weapons in their security strategies, end quote. Syrian rebels shut down a Russian warplane on Saturday. Its pilot escaped with a parachute, but he blew himself up with a grenade after he fought with rebels on the ground. State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert says the U.S. is concerned where they got the Manpad missiles from. Polish president says he will sign a contested Holocaust bill into law on Tuesday. This comment seems to heat up the current protests in Israel and the U.S. After he signs the bill, people would get up to 3-year prison sentence for publicly blaming Poland about Holocaust. Japan faces the second-hand smoking issue before 2020 Tokyo Olympics. As WHO says, Japanese smoking restrictions are far behind global standards. Japan still has many restaurants and bars that allow indoor smoking. Since IOC and WHO promotes smoke-free Olympics, Tokyo enforces a new bill to ban most of indoor smoking this April.
That's all for the latest on world news. I'm Miri Sonoda, and back to the studio.
Time for a break, but when we come back, will tuition be going up at all state schools in the near future?
And we are just hours away before the Winter Olympics kickoff. We have the full team coverage after the break.
Is a story. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
Orange County is due in court next week to prove that the new enforced anti-camping ordinance is not meant to criminalize the homeless along the Santa Ana riverbed. This lawsuit was made on behalf of the people threatened by last month's start of a new plan to remove a large homeless encampment behind the Angels Stadium. Reporter Mia Agraviador has the story.
Orange County officials are ordering people living along the Santa Ana riverbed to pack up and leave. This is an effort to keep the riverbed clean and safe, which means the removal of the nearly 2-mile stretch of a homeless encampment. Between 500 to 1,000 people inhabit the area and were asked to voluntarily leave starting January 22nd. The process of removal will take several months and is being described as methodical and slow by county officials. First, it will be outreach, then warnings, and finally citations given out for not leaving the area.
Now, yes, a lot of us out here, we do have problems, like mental problems, drug problems. A lot of us have problems out here, but a lot of us don't. We're just down on our luck. Yeah. They don't want tourists seeing this. What? Do you guys want to go on vacation and, oh, look at the row of homeless people? They don't want it. So they want to get rid of us. And the city's paid, pretty much willing to pay whatever they have to get rid of us. However it has to. I'm here, this is where I landed, this is where I'm going to be. You're not going to make me do anything. You're going to get a tooth, you managed to get me to do it, you're going to drag me kicking and screaming and fighting all the way down.
There is no deadline for the removal of the homeless, but once vacant, the trail and riverbed will be closed for 3 months to be cleaned up and reopened for bikers and joggers. Deputies will patrol at night to prevent overnight camping. For OC News, I'm Mia Gravendor.
And now we go to Jessica Cardenas, who will be telling us about the hottest topics in entertainment.
Thank you, ladies. I'm Jessica Cardenas, and I'll be bringing you the latest entertainment news tonight. Well, Justin Timberlake made his big return to the Super Bowl stage, but he didn't necessarily get the best feedback. And the finale for the new biggest singing competition, The Four, is tomorrow, but there is one judge who will not be present. Let's take a closer look.
More like bringing controversy back. It was on this stage where the phrase wardrobe malfunction was born. Now Justin Timberlake is under fire again following his Super Bowl halftime performance. No Janet, no surprise guest, and it's a projected image of Prince that's sparking backlash.
Prince had told me don't let anyone do a hologram of him for religious reasons.
As if that weren't enough, many were confused by his unusual outfit choice and was also slammed for audio issues. But despite all the controversy, he is following his divisive performance with a trek around the globe, extending his massive Man of the Woods tour into 2019. But it's not certain that the crowd will be eager to order their tickets after watching Sunday's show. The season finale for Fox's new singing competition hit, The Four, Battle for Stardom, is tomorrow, and fans are eager to know who the winner will be. Judge and Republic Records president Charlie Walk will not be joining the other judges in the season finale amid sexual misconduct accusations. And Valentine's Day came a little earlier this year with the fan favorite film 50 Shades Freed hitting the box office this Friday. Clint Eastwood's The 1517 to Paris film features the actors playing themselves in this biographical thriller. Boda de Valentina and Peter Rabbit will also be hitting the big screen this Friday.
And that's all I have for entertainment today. Now back to you ladies at the studio.
Cal State Fullerton students can expect a warm week coming up. For the rest of the county is receiving a cold winter chill. Reporter Nicole King has more with an update on the weather.
That's right, you guys. Unfortunately, we did see a shadow at this year's Groundhog Day, which calls for another 6 weeks of winter. Not such good news for the East Coast. We've got a massive storm coming in. If you guys will look right over here, we've got a winter storm. It's coming all the way down from northern Texas all the way up to Massachusetts. 90 million people are going to be in this storm path, you guys. We've got freezing rain coming in all the way from the Gulf to New England. And we've got 6 to 12 inches of snow also coming in. And we've got rain moving in that's going to freeze, which is going to cause for glidey roads. So stay safe if you're out on the roads. We've also got 13 deaths already reported out on the roads, so please be safe out there. Meanwhile, if we go and look at our local weather, we've got a little bit of a warm-up coming. We've got highs up in the 80s, which is good for us. Lows are only down into the 50s. We're going to see a really pretty sunset going down around 5:30, so be sure to go outside and enjoy the warmth, maybe by the beach. Then if we go and look at our weekly weather, we'll go ahead and take a look. Today we've got highs up in the 80s, which is going to be the warmest it's going to be, but still good week. We're going to have it drop down just a little bit. We're going to see highs in the upper 70s, lows in the 50s down in the evening. We're going to end out Monday with a high of 69 and a low of 48. Back to you guys out at the desk.
There's a possible increase in tuition for Cal State Fullerton students this next year. We have OC News reporter Tony Pham in front of the financial services covering the hike on tuition. Tony?
Every penny counts, and for Cal State students, this could be a real concern for this upcoming year. Let's take a look at what students have to say.
Last week, university trustees met to debate over a proposal to raise tuition for a second consecutive year. In-state students could see their annual costs at almost $6,000. And full-time non-resident students could see their tuition as close to $12,800. We got a chance to talk to a student who explained to us how this possible increase could affect his family.
It'll probably affect my family, definitely, because the price is going up. I mean, that affects every family. And when we first come to the school, they give us a tuition, but that's only for that year, and it continuously increases every year. By the time you're out, it's pretty much nothing what you started with.
We reached out to DACA students on campus, but they declined to comment on the issue. We also contacted the Financial Services Office, and they said they would get back to us. We have yet to hear from them. We spoke to a student to see what he thinks the Cal States could do to prevent tuition from going up.
Amenities like the gym membership or stuff that just comes free, but you're really paying for it. So maybe give us the option to not have that included in tuition, to where you could just buy that separately if you wanted to.
Cal State University Chancellor Timothy White gave his annual address last week. Here's a snippet of what he said.
That's why it's important, in line with our legacy, to keep costs as low as possible for our students, while also understanding the reality that a quality education does take resources.
To say the truth is someone always pays. However, who pays has changed over time. Indeed, this could be the reality for students this upcoming year. Reporting for OC News, Tony Pham, back to you in the studio.
And now we have Tyra Majors with a special segment on Black History Month.
Thanks, guys. As you all know, it is Black History Month, and let me tell you, Black excellence is at an all-time high. Take a look at some accomplishments made by Black pioneers recently.
First off, Marvel's first Black superhero movie hits the big screen this month. The Black Panther is the perfect celebration of Blackness, written, directed, and starring an all-Black cast. This might just break the box office record for Marvel, as the film has already set a new record for Fandango as the most advanced sales for any Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Black Panther arrives on February 16th. Next up, rap trio Migos scores their second #1 album on the Billboard 200 chart as Culture 2 opens up, earning 199,000 equivalent album units. Culture 2 also reached the #1 spot in over 20 countries. Migos' 2017 album Culture also went to #1 with their hit song Bad and Bougie, becoming the biggest song in America at the time. Lastly, the Academy Awards are known for lack of diversity in nominations. However, the 2018 list definitely gives recognition to Black Hollywood.
And action.
Get Out filmmaker Jordan Peele earned nominations for Best Director and Best Original Screenplay, making him the first Black artist nominated for writing, directing, and producing in the same year. Also nominated is Octavia Spencer, who is the first Black actress to receive 2 consecutive Oscar nominations after winning one. She's up for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Shape of Water.
So yes, Black excellence is at an all-time high and taking the entertainment world by storm. Happy Black History Month, and back to you all in the studio.
America's finest are ready to compete at this year's Olympic Games, but who's actually has the shot to take the gold?
Plus, a baby cub ends up stuck, and you'll never guess where.
Is a story. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
And now we're going to send it off to Amanda and Jessica with a recap on the Super Bowl and the latest on Winter Olympics.
Thanks, guys. What's up, everyone? I'm Jessica.
And I'm Amanda, and we're bringing you the latest in the sports world.
Don't worry, you guys totally tuned into the greatest episode because the Super Bowl was this past weekend. First quarter game tied at 3. Nick Foles connects with Alshon Jeffrey for the 34-yard touchdown. Eagles with the early 9-3 lead. Now we're going to head into the second. Danny Amendola lobs it over to Brady, who just can't do it all. Oh, so sad, Brady. It's all right. There's always next time. Pat's still down 6. Now remember that play that Brady couldn't complete just a second ago? Well, here's what it was actually supposed to look like. Foles receives the pass for the touchdown, and it's so great that we're going to include a replay for you guys. Check this out. I believe they're now calling this the Philly special. Eagles now up 10.
Third quarter, Philly on top by 3. Foles out of the shotgun, throws it deep. Corey Clements makes the catch. Watch as he celebrates this amazing play. Back up by 10. On to the fourth quarter, Rob Gronkowski reaches for the touchdown. This is probably my favorite touchdown celebration right here. New England up by 1 for the first time in the game. Eagles trying to take back their lead. Zach Ertz breaks the plane, loses control of the ball, retains possession. Touchdown. Philadelphia up by 5. Check out this replay of this close call. Just 2 minutes left. Pats possession. Tom Brady loses hold and fumbles as the Eagles take possession. Brady looking.
Favorite shot right there. I love that. Final play coming up now. Brady drops back, avoids the rush, launches one deep over there. Where's he at? There's Gronkowski. with the pass, and it just falls incomplete. But what a close call. You know what that means, though. The Eagles get the dub 41-33, and the drought finally comes to an end for the Eagles as they're able to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Philly. And what a great game, as the Eagles were underdogs in all 3 postseason games and finally pulled through for their city.
That was such an iconic game for the Eagles, and it was what everyone was hoping for, except the Patriots lost. But hey, there's always next year.
Exactly, always next year. Couldn't have said it better myself. But now on to other exciting news with the Olympics starting today. We want to give everyone a look at who to keep their eye on this time around.
Yes, exactly. I had the opportunity to head to Mammoth, where the prelims took place, to let you guys in on the inside scoop on who to watch for in the 2018 Winter Olympics. I'm Amanda Palacios here in Mammoth Lakes, where just 1 week ago, athletes from around the country were competing in the preliminaries for a spot on the 2018 Winter Olympic team.
It takes hard work, perseverance, and countless hours of training to be the very best. These are the top U.S. athletes to watch in the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. Shaun White, otherwise known as the Flying Tomato, is boarding into his 4th Olympic Games. The 31-year-old secured a spot on the U.S. team with a perfect score of 100. Lindsey Vonn is an alpine ski racer who was the first American woman to win gold for downhill skiing. The 33-year-old didn't go to Sochi due to an ACL injury, but her age isn't a factor that is slowing her down. Vonn was triumphant in the World Cup and beat the record after claiming her 81st win. At just 17 years old, Chloe Kim is attempting to conquer the superpipe going into the Winter Olympics. Since 2014, Kim has won 6 medals in the X Games, 4 of them being gold.
And those are the top athletes to watch in the 2018 Winter Olympics. Reporting from Mammoth Mountain, I'm Amanda Palacios with OC News.
That just made me so excited to watch the games for the next few months, or next few weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure the U.S. will be bringing home lots of gold medals, and we'll be cheering from here. Back to you guys.
Mexico received an interesting package in the mail on Wednesday. A tiger cub was found sedated and packed in a plastic container after someone tried to express mail the animal. A sniffer dog detected the tiger cub while looking for contraband. The cub was mailed to a state in central Mexico, where it was found dehydrated but still remains in a healthy condition. The cub was then released to a nearby animal management center.
Thank you for joining us on another edition of OC News. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at OC News CSUF to stay informed.
That's it for all of us today, and we'll see you right here next week.
I'm Alyssa Ruiz.
And I'm Shannon McKercher. Have a great rest of your night.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.